Very good morning and good evening to all. Let us start our today's session. So from today onwards, we will start with the transformations. So transformation is nothing but it is used to transform the data. So if you want to apply a transformation logic, like a business logic in Informatica level, yes, we need to know the transformations. It is very similar to Informatica transformation, power center transformation, but few changes are there. So that we have to learn along with the business logic. So we have around 20 to 25 transformations are there. So we'll see one by one, and then similar to our power center transformation in IICS also, the transformations can be classified into two different types. So first of all, if you ask me what is transformation, right? So business data is coming from source system. Source might be any kind of source, like it may be from flat files, it may be the data may be coming from tables, the data may be coming from cloud, any kind of sources. Okay, it may be the structured, semi-structured, unstructured data, so whatever it may be. So here we are going to use Informatica IICS, the cloud tool, right? And here we have the data warehouse or data lake. So what we are going to do as an Informatica, it is a data integration tool. So it will integrate data from source system and do the transformation logic here. So based on the business logic, for example, if we have a business analyst in the team, the business analyst or the product owner or the business, the client, right? They will give us the business rules. Okay, the data is coming from here. This is what the transformation should be applied, and it should be loaded into the final tables, and it will be consumed by the business team, right? So business users. So that way they will give us the business logic. So then what we are doing here, by using Informatica IICS, okay, it may be the power center or IICS, we are performing the transformation logic. So what kind of transformation logic? Okay, so the data is coming from various sources, right? So that we have to compare, join, and do that rank and aggregations. Data model should be created. All this we have to do, and this is what the transformation logic. Okay, so here we have some transformations. It will transform the data. For example, here I'm taking one transformation. Okay, so whatever the data I'm giving to this transformation, it will transform something like a different format. Okay, like so here all the countries data, it's coming from the source. I want to take this country customer alone, then I will use some filter, right? Filter. Okay, so I'm taking all this particular country's data alone. For that, I have to, these customers, like I have to take the latest transactions of these customers. I have to take only the latest transactions or first transaction when the transaction they did very first. So that way we used to get lot of transformation logic. Okay, you take the transactions. So after that you compare with these tables and you produce the result. Okay, so take some aggregation. Okay, so you take some aggregation, join multiple tables, and this way we are using some transformation logic. Okay, so this is not like a three simple transformation. In real time, we will perform many transformation logic. So if you take AWS Glue, so there we have to write a similar kind of transformation by using some lines of codes, right? We have to write some codes. Azure also we have to write the code. And Snowflake also we have to write a procedure or functions. So, but here in IICS, there is no need of any coding. So everything's like a transformations. Okay, so you take the data, do the transformation logic, and do this again. Okay, again do whatever the needed just to do it. Finally, you load the data into this table. So always left hand side will have the source, right hand side will have the target. Okay, just like a postman. So postman means like we are seeing the address, right? So we are seeing the address. I want to send one post from one location to another location. So it will have the two address, that is nothing but target database address. Okay, from address, right? So from address it will have So from where the data is coming. So that connection, this is the from address. And inside the letter, whatever we have, that is the message. So that is the data, business data. But the from address to address and all, it's like a metadata. Okay, it's not the message, right? Inside the letter, we have the message. That is the business data. So that business, that postman cannot read it, right? They should not read it. Only the metadata, they should read it. Okay. So this is the actual process in Informatica. Okay. So that is what we are reading the data from here and loading into the target table. Okay. So this is the transformations. So are we going to write some lines of code? No, only the SQL we will write, but we do have two different transformations. One is Java transformation, another one is Python transformation, where we will write Java code or Python code. For example, you are very familiar with Java, so you are getting some requirement from the customer. You are thinking that, okay, I can do by using this Java code, okay, looping something, I can perform with easily with Java code. If you are thinking, yes, very well, you can go ahead with write the code in Java. Or you are thinking that, okay, this can be done by using Python, then you can definitely, you can very well, you can write it in Python and then test it here. So this is what they have, some programming interface to this IICS. Other than that, everything is like a SQL only. So that is the reason I'm asking you to familiar with SQL. So here we are going to learn all this, right? So before next week, at least you should have completed joins, single row functions. Okay. So please complete joins and single row functions. Single row functions is very, very important for expression transformation. Okay. This transformation can be classified into two different types. One is active, another one is passive. The name itself suggests, okay, active. Active means actively it is transforming. It is changing. Okay. Passive means it is not at all changing. What is actively changing? For example, if I'm going to take one transformation here, okay. So I'm going to take one transformation here. This particular transformation, if you take, this is the transformation I'm going to take. I'm sending data to this transformation. And yes, obviously I will take data from this transformation. So this is the transformations. It will transform the data from one format to another format. It may be like a filter, aggregator, joiner, or it may be like a routing. Okay. So one single pipeline to multiple pipeline to single pipeline, different way we have. Okay. Look up all this. But for this transformation, I'm going to send some 1000 records to this transformation. From source team, I'm sending 1000 transformation. So all the countries data I'm sending, but requirement is, okay, you select only India. So whoever the customers from India, you select it and apply the transformation logic. So then out of 1000, so here I'm getting 700 records or 300 records. Okay, so it means I'm applying some filter condition here. Okay, so take that. Normally in SQL query, we will go for where clause, right? So here in Informatica, we will write, okay, filter country equal to India. That's it. Okay, whatever the condition I'm giving. So if this particular transformation is changing the number of record passed through it. Okay, so make a note of it, number of record. It is not number of column. For example, 10 columns are there. Okay, but I want to take only 5 columns. This is not active. Okay, so that's, it is not active or passive. So by using number of columns, we are not going to define. By using number of records. If a transformation does change the number of record passed through it, then this transformation is called active. So actively it is changing. So that is called active transformation. And also if a transformation does change the row ID of the record. Okay, so for each record we will get some row ID. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 something row ID or some order we will get it. If this transformation is changing that order of the record, okay, the row ID of the record, so that particular transformation also we will call it as active. So passive means if the transformation does not change the number of record passed through it. Okay. So can you tell one example here, if you ask me? So 1,000 employees or 1,000 customer or whatever it may be, 1,000 employees, I'm sending the data. For each and every employee, I have to increment the salary by 10%. Okay. So for this year, or based on the rating, based on the performance rating, I have to increment the salary 5% or 10% or 2% something. But for all the 1,000 employees, I will apply the logic. Then I will get all the 1,000 employees data here. So either it will be applied 10 or 5 or 2, right? But I will get all the records. So if a transformation doesn't change the number of records passed through it, then this particular transformation is called passive. Either the transformation is called active or passive. Okay, so sometimes in interview, it's a very basic question. They might be asking this. So first of all, we have to be very we have to clear about this transformations. Okay, for example, here we have some transformations, active or passive, or like a filter, okay, filter, aggregator, and rank. These type of transformation is called active. Expression, so stored procedure, okay, this kind of transformation is called passive. Sequence generator like this. So based on some transformations, based on the logic what we are going to apply, okay, the Java transformation. So by default, it is active. So based on the number of record, we will call it as active or passive. Okay. So that's a way. So, but this is the classification. Okay. So two types of transformations. One is active, another one is passive. Okay. So how can I understand? Okay. So how many types of transformation we have? So we are already seen, like in our Informatica, we are already seen that the transformation, right? Two transformation we have seen so far. So one is source, another one is target. Okay. If you take power center, if you are from power center background, if you take power center, if you drag and drop source into a mapping, along with source, always we'll get the one transformation, right? This transformation is called source qualifier. Okay. So this is called source qualifier, and all the properties we will apply here. So first the priority of this source qualifier task is it will convert the source data type into Informatica native data type. So that's a priority task of the source qualifier. Okay. But in IICS, we don't have the source qualifier transformation separately. Okay. The source transformation itself is called source qualifier. Okay. Only source transformation we have. So what is the transformation we have? Source transformation itself, it will have all the properties of source qualifier. So even if you go and check your session log, you can find SQ. Okay, SQ means source qualifier. So in IICS, we don't have source qualifier. So we have source transformation itself. It is called source qualifier. Okay. Similarly, in IICS, we have the target transformation, right? Target transformation here. So in target transformation, if you take power center, we have the update strategy. Okay, so power center, what is the transformation? It's called update strategy. So that update strategy properties, they are given everything in the target transformation itself. Okay, so target transformation itself, so they have given all the properties of update strategy. Okay, update strategy means they have given all the properties of update strategy into target transformation. So in between the source and target, based on the logic, we can place a number of transformations. So any number of transformation we can place. Okay. If I want to insert the data, I have to apply insert statement here. If I want to update the data, yes. So So please remember, in the source always it will read, the target always it will write. Okay, writing means insert, update, delete. Okay, so these three operations it will perform, and we have one concept called upsert. Upsert means update else insert. So both logic we can perform. So these four logic you can see in the target transformation. Okay, so that is the basic idea about IICS. Okay, so here I will log into IICS now. So we will do one-to-one transformation. Okay, so without any transformation logic, we will do one-to-one transformation. Then we will apply the transformation logic. We have to understand the concept very clearly. So then whenever they are interview, they are asking like a different way of questions. So if you know the basic very well, so whatever the question they are asking, you can think and then answer them. So I'll go to data integration here. By the time the administrator, it will let it run. Okay, all the services, it will be up and running. Okay, so by 10 minutes, it will be up and running. So first I will log into IICS. We will check one-to-one load. Okay, so one-to-one means just we will take the data from Oracle, load it into Oracle itself. So we are going to take Oracle to Oracle here. Okay, for that I will take this SQL developer. If you want to practice Oracle to Snowflake or Oracle to GCP, so anything you can practice it, because here we are going to learn the transformation logic. We have already seen how to create the connection between Oracle to Snowflake and everything. But whatever the logic, so because here if I'm going to use GCP or Snowflake, the loading wise it will take more time. Okay, so every time I have to wait for some 2 to 3 minutes, so then it will consume more hours. So that's the reason I'm going to use this HR schema as the source, this core schema as the target. Okay, so only source and target here. In real-time project, the source and target might be the different database, different schema, even on-prem to cloud, cloud to on-prem. So it might be the different, but here we are going to use this. First of all, we will do one-to-one load. So that is nothing but table to table load. I have given all this instruction in the test mapping itself, right? First day table to table load itself. You should have already completed this one. And I'm going to take again in the core schema. So you should have created already T_employees table. Just I will truncate manually to show that, okay, as of now, we do not have any data. I truncated here. So is there any data? No. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create a mapping. First go to new mapping here, click on this mapping, create. So very first, the mapping will be invalid state. Okay, so because while creating the mapping itself, they will mark it like invalid. So because source and target connection, we haven't provided it. So that's the reason. First, go to this mapping. We selected this entire mapping. So that's the reason mapping name is showing here. M_, that source _ transformation. Source transformation. So this is the source, right? So if I want to rename, yes, we can rename this name only. So just to click on the source here, go to source. So I'm just taking source table. We already created this connection. I'm going to take one table that is nothing but employees table. So we know already we have taken this one. So I'm going to take employees table here. And I'm not going to use any other transformation logic, just one-to-one load. So these are the transformations. If you see here, these are the transformations related to each one. So you could see some other transformation also, for example, verifier. And then we can see the access policy, like all this, right? So B2B, all this we have. Cleansing, data masking, deduplicate, all this. So these are the one for other services also. For example, here we have multiple services, right? All the services are enabled here. We are not only seeing the data integration, So here data quality, B2B, everything is there. So that's the reason that transformations also, it is enabled, okay, based on the license. But if we are going to work with only CDI, that is our power center, so whatever the transformation is needed, that we are going to learn, okay. Go to target here. So I'm just taking the target table here. So target is same, this connection, T underscore employees, give OK, and truncate. I'm truncating in Informatica also. So if you enable this property, before loading the data, Informatica will truncate the target table, it will load. Go to field mapping, the auto map, smart map, it will do the mapping. Always save this mapping. So we have to create a mapping task, but as of now, I'm not creating for this explanation. We know already, so how to create the mapping task, right? Yes. So just to restore this mapping, this is the simple one-to-one mapping I'm running. So what it will do, it will read the data from source. So that is our Oracle HR schema table. This data it will read from here and it will load it into this table, core schema table, right? So as of now, no data, but once this is completed, we'll get, okay, success. So now we will check it. Yeah, data has been loaded now, right? So how many records we have? Just to count the rows, 107. So here, so I'll go inside. So let me check 107 and then I will check it here. So this is what we have, right? So just I will download the session log. So we can download the session log from here, or so if you hover your mouse here, you can download the session log here. Okay, log you can download, or you can restart the mapping from here also. I'm just taking this one. So this is the log, right? Session log. So how can I read the session log? I'm just opening the session log in, I just opened this session log in Notepad++. Go to SQL. So these are the system specific one. So what is the task ID? So agent ID, all these details it will generate. These are the metadata. Who has executed all this informations. So if you go down, so the warning, so don't, it is not like error, okay, it will not impact anything. So no need to consider these warnings. Warning is fine, but it should not have any error. If you go a little bit down, it will check any parameter files. So all this, so little bit, and we will have the 3 threads, right? So we have the reader thread, transformation thread, and writer thread. So reader thread means source side, transformation thread is Informatica end, and writer thread is target end. So here if you see, so this is what it is start reading, and then this is the target table, truncate order for this one. Then it will truncate. It will show you that, okay, it has truncated. So it's showing that truncate successfully truncated. No, there won't be any data as after that. And if you go down, so you can find reader thread. So reader thread means all are like a reading. So here it is showing that starting the truncate for target table, and query used for truncate table is truncate table name. So based on the target, so Informatica, it will apply the SQL statement. Okay, truncate table for this one succeeded. There is no pre-session task. All this we have. Yeah, this is the pre-session task. Before start loading the table, it will truncate. Then if you go down, you can see here. So again, the reader thread. So target table. So this is the writer thread. Okay, first it is checking the writer thread. It will take insert into the query. Insert into table name, all the column names, values, question mark. So these values, it will, so how many columns we have? So those many question marks we will have. These values will be replaced in the runtime. Okay. So no column marked as primary key for the table. Okay, if you go and check the target table, so you will find that, okay, there is no primary key for that. But in real time, yes, definitely we'll have the primary key. So here you can see reader run started, SQ. So what is SQ? We are the source qualifier. So that means here in Informatica IICS, it is called a source transformation itself, SQL query. So whether we have written any SQL query in Informatica level, no. So who has written this query? This query, SQL query is SQL query issued to the source database. Okay, first row written from database. It will check whether the query is correct or not. If the query is wrong, here itself it will throw error. But we haven't written any query, right? Then who has written this query? So Informatica itself, it will write the query. See here. So Informatica itself, it will write. So Informatica will not write with the asterisk symbol. So it will always put the schema name dot table name dot column name. Okay. So this way it will write schema name, that is username, then the table name, then the column name. So this way Informatica, it will write the queries here. See here, we are able to see. So employee ID, first name, last name, this way it will write, select all the column names from table name, right? It is nothing but this one. So whatever the query, it is selecting the data. So that is what Informatica, it will read. Okay. Informatica, it will read. Then who has written this query? Count number of record 107. Yes, this is what Informatica should have written. Sorry, should have read the data from the source, right? If you see here, yes, source is 107 success rows. Okay, but we haven't written any query here, right? If you open this, go to source. If you see the advanced option, whether we have written any query here, no. So who has written this query? Informatica itself, it will write. If we don't specify any query here, okay, if we don't specify any query here, Informatica will write automatically, select all the column names from table name. So how Informatica will write? Select all the column names from table name. So that way it will read the data. So it will not put star here. So because for later point of time, if the source team is adding more number of column, the source table. Okay, for example, Informatica, you are writing select star from the table name for today. After you deployed the code into production, after that source team, they did not do any impact analysis. They have added, instead of 11 columns, they added 12 columns or 13 columns. If you put star here, what will happen? So if we put the star, Informatica will take all the columns from the source. Now it's a 12 column or 13 column, but we have only 11 columns mapping in our Informatica. Obviously it will fail, right? It cannot locate that one column extra. So that's what it will fail. So to avoid that, and also for performance wise, so we have to always write this way. So instead of asterisk symbol, we have to write. So that's the reason Informatica will automatically write. So this way, so it is writing. Okay, but our requirement is, can we select, okay, so only employees from some filter condition I have to apply. Okay, specific condition. Can I apply it? Yes, we can apply. Okay, so where can I apply? That is what we have many properties. So if you see the source transformation, so here we have the source connection. In real-time project, this connection, as of now, we are giving a hard-coded connection value. Hard code means we are giving the connection value here. Instead, in real-time project, we will give a parameter one. So that I will take later. Single source, single object. Yes, we are taking from employees table only. That is single object only. It's not multiple object. Single object only. Object name is this one. So we can review the data here. That's okay. But here we have the query options. So what is this query options? Are we going to write any query here? So if you open this, you can find three options here. What are the three options? Filter, sort and distinct. It's just options like a template. Okay. If we write any conditions here, Informatica, it will write automatically where clause. If you write something here, Informatica will automatically make it like a order by clause. If you enable this property, Informatica will automatically write select distinct of these fields. It will take in that way. Full row duplicate. We have something in the source. We want to remove it. Yes, we can enable this one. So these are the three different options are available. Okay. Then if you go to advanced one, we have other properties. Okay. Pre-SQL, post-SQL, SQL override. So all these options we'll see one by one later. If you are from Informatica Power Center background, in source qualifier, we will write something. On top of this mapping, we will have a session, right? On top of this mapping, we'll have a session. So we can override something on the session. So then Informatica will take that session level query only, right? Session level query only, it will give the preference. But we cannot write any query in task level here. Okay, in IICS, please remember, in IICS, we cannot write any query in task level. Task means on top of mapping, we can create a task, right? And in task level, we cannot write any SQL query. So that is what they have given that SQL override here itself. Normally, override SQL query in Power Center, we will write it in session level, right? But here they have given in the mapping itself. So that is the one change. Okay. Okay. First of all, we'll see the filter options. First, one by one, we'll go. So what is the first option? Filter options. First property, filter. So what is this filter options? So we haven't written any filter condition previously. So that's what. So we have received this SQL query like select all the column names from table name. That's it. But we will write one filter. So go to filter here, configure, and we want to apply filter. So for example, filter also, we have some functionality here. So one thing is not parameterized. Okay. Can I give some parameterized? Okay. Today I have to give country equal to India. Tomorrow I should not change this Informatica level mapping because I will deploy into production, right? I cannot go and manually change it. But something tomorrow I have to select based on the source. I have to select country equal to USA. Can I change it? No, that cannot be done. But if I want to change it, I can give that condition also as a parameter. In the parameter file, whatever I'm going to put the value, so that value will be taken here. Okay. So that's the reason if I want to dynamically change, I can go for parameterized. So here we have, okay, or not parameterized. It's a simple filter condition. So add the simple filter condition. So if you want to apply simple filter condition here itself, you can apply, or you can go for advanced filter condition, or you can parameterized. So parameter concept I will take separately. So don't worry about parameter now, but we will go for the simple and advanced. Simple first we'll see. Click on the plus symbol here. So we will take object is employees. That is a single object. That's the reason we are getting in the drop down only single object. And field, some field condition I'm writing. So salary greater than, okay, something like that, greater than, I'm making 8,000. Okay, I'm writing this one. And can I add one more filter condition? Yes, I can add one more filter conditions. I can put same employees table. So here I can put some other filter conditions. For example, here department ID. Okay, how can I put in here? So I want to put a department ID. It's not like a one. I have to put a department ID 10, 15, sorry, 10, 20, like this. We have to put multiple values. So that we cannot put here. Then I'll go for other one. Can I put higher date, some date column? Okay, here date column also we are getting this way, right? So whoever employee is hired on this particular year, I have to take. No, higher date we cannot put here. Simple filter condition. Then I have to go for advanced one. but I will add one more condition here, like a commission percentage is not null. I have to go for not null also is not available, but I want to go for job ID equal to SA rep, SA underscore REP. Just I'm writing this way. So you can ask me one question. If I'm going to write like this Informatica will write and condition or condition, right? So here, select here, whatever filter we are writing, that will be applied as a where clause, where salary greater than 8,000, right? And job ID equal to SA underscore rep. This is what it should, right? Whether it will apply and or R. So and means how many records I'm getting? 15. So here if I put R, how many records I'm getting? 48 record. So this and or R something like different, right? So and means both conditions should be satisfied. So what do you think? Save this and I'm going to run it. You will see the result. Okay, so don't worry. So I'm going to run it. Okay, I did not write any query here. Just I mentioned only conditions. I'll take. So, but I haven't put any quotes, right? Informatica, it's automatically making the quotes, single quotes, right? So I'll go to this jobs. I'll check it here. See here, 15 records. It means it has written like previously we have written, right? 15 records and these 15 records. 15. Okay, we will check it here. We haven't written any SQL query, right? Informatica will automatically write SQL query. But you are asking me, okay, I want R class. Then I have to go for advanced filter condition. Okay, see here, if you go down, so it is automatically, it has written this way. So this is the number, that's what it did not put any single quotes. So here it automatically applied the single quotes. Then it is taking based on the filter condition it's taking. But here also I did not write this query, right? Whether we have written, no. Who will write? Based on the filter conditions, based on the properties what we have put here, Informatica will automatically take. Okay. Similarly, I want to go for, based on this one, we will go for R class or something, advanced one. Just to go inside. See here, if I go to the advanced one, it will automatically write this advanced query here. Okay. And it is writing, but I want to make R class, then I can put R here. In advanced only, I can write different way, or I can go for something like I want to make this hire date. So whoever is hired on 2005 or something that I want to write it, then I can put this way. Okay, R class or whatever the way I want, yes, I can write it this way. See here, filter condition, it is automatically writing R class. This is advanced filter conditions. Sorting. Okay, I want to sort the data. From while reading the data, I have to sort the data. So here, select the sorting, click on the plus symbol here. By default, in the source, it will take ascending order only. Okay, ascending order only. Plus symbol. I want to sort based on the salary. Okay, based on the salary, I have to load it. Ascending order, not descending order. So what is this? This one, if I have multiple order by, which one should be order first, then which one should be order second. That is what arrow mark. Okay, so click OK here. So after where class, it will apply order by here. Then I can put distinct also. So these three it will write. Okay, these three, right? I'm just running. Then we will check. So it will apply this filter condition and order by distinct also. Select a distinct of all the column names, where class, from table, where class, and then order by class. It will automatically write 48 records. R class we put. So download the session log. So this way we can go for any complex query also. So we haven't written any query. Informatica will automatically write based on the properties which we are selecting. So that's the reason always you have to select the source, the log. Okay, if you are working in the production support, so if you want to troubleshoot it, what data is being pulled from the source, download the session log, go to the reader thread, check source qualifier instance, and check this query. It will be there within the bracket. Okay, select all the queries and check it. See here, distinct is writing from table name, where class, or then order by, right? So everything it is writing. Okay. So I'm taking this query here. Select this query. So I'll put it here. Okay. So here, so what is the data it is selecting? This is what it is selecting. Okay. So this is what it is selecting. I'll go for this way. And I want to make, instead of this one, where class, I want to put some other conditions. For example, here, I want to make the hire date is 2005. So how can I select the 2005 year? 2005. And after this condition, I have to take only the employees who has hired on 2005. So I have to take function.
Okay.
I can use extract function, right? So extract year from hire date, right? We have the function called extract year from hire date, that is equal to 2005. So these two, so where is it? 2005, and salary should be, where is the salary? Yeah, salary should be greater than 8,000. So how many records? 11 records you are getting. Okay. So I want to put order by something like a descending order, salary descending order. So I can put descending order here. I can execute, then salary descending order. So this way I want to write the query. So then write whatever the way you want the query, Control C. Okay. Then copy it and paste it in the source qualifier override. Okay. Source qualifier override here. I can remove this one, right? I do not want this one. I can remove. So I can remove this one. I will remove it. This one also I will remove it. And this one also I will remove it. Save. Okay. This one I'll remove. I'm going to run it. So whatever I have written here, Informatica will take this SQL query. SQL override means if you are writing any query here, Informatica will consider that query alone. It will not consider any of this property. If you write something here, Informatica will consider only this query alone. It will not write anything from here. Okay. So that is what you can see here. I'll go to my jobs. Okay, we are getting some warning. We will check why it is warning. So row error, reader thread. Okay, reader thread, RR. So 11 records. 11 records, we are getting some error. We will check always if you get this type of error, maybe the order of the, I got one question. If we don't remove the filter and sort query also, if you use SQL override, will it affect the performance issue? Okay, that I will come to that question. But here we are getting some error. So previously you remember we have seen if the source is flat file, we have seen FR. Okay, you remember FR underscore some number. RR number means what is that? RR is nothing but relational reader. Okay, relational reader means it is reading from RDBMS table. Okay, by seeing that error itself, you can identify, okay, relational reader, file reader. Okay, data is coming from source, is a table or flat file. Okay, it's showing that row error occurred while fetching the data from database. Maybe the column order is different. That is what I could sense this. Okay, so because salary column is coming here, right? Right, this way we will check what is the error. So if I want to check the error, go to F, okay, Control F, error. So here we are getting the error, right? So here we are getting error. So always while checking the error, we have to go for like 4 to 5 lines above or below. So you can see here transformations. Okay, did not read any records. Finished 1 0 we have, and extract year from hire date 2005 order by. So maybe this column is, we are getting the first column is this column. So that's the reason, I guess. Or when I copied it, right, the query it is not copied correctly. Let me put this query once again. Order by HR.employees, distinct employees salary. Okay. Okay, I'm getting warning again. It's the same error we are getting now. It's reading 48 record. So because this is the one, the order has been changed. Okay, that's the reason we are getting. Let me change this order. First, I will take employees ID, Control
Simple
X.
asallu. Field
Yeah,
mapping, I think different. Starting we are
yeah,
taking
correct.
employee ID.
Yes, correct. That's the reason. Okay, so we have to take this column out. So where is this employee ID, first name, last name? Same order we have to place. Okay, this is also, if you are getting this type of error, so because we put this order, right, the column name, so that's the reason. So we have to make sure this column order also same. If you do not want, if you want to make it, so you can put it like this order. Okay, employee ID, first name, last name, hire date, job ID, salary. After job ID, we have to put the salary, right? So here I have to put the salary. Then I will take this one, Control C, Control V, save this, and I'm going to run. Okay, so because that order is very important. So this is also like this type of error you may get it. So if you get more errors, so that means here where you can learn many things. So think in that way. So while practicing, you should get more errors. See here, now it got succeeded, 11 records. The selecting the order and the column order also should be the same. Okay, so that is one learning here. So clear. So success now. So 11 records it got. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I do not want to make this where clause here. I will remove it. All the where clause and everything. Okay, this extract year from hire date equal to 2005. That alone I will take it from here. Okay, I will remove it now. So this one I will make it, save this one, and I'm going to the little bit up. So here I want to put filter conditions. Go for advanced filter conditions. I will add this one. Extract year from hire date. This is the one. Okay, extract year from the hire date. So I'll put here. So what is the meaning here? I will take this one, save, and select all the column names from where this alone I have written. So how many record it has to fetch? Informatica has to fetch 29 records, right? 29 records. I'm going to run. Okay, so you ping me if I'm going to run this one, how many record Informatica it will read. Just ping me, don't reveal the answer now. So if you would have listened the class, you can tell correctly. So I put one filter condition here. I have written one select statement, select distinct of all the columns from table name. I did not put where class here. Okay. And I have written filter class here. How many records it will read from the source. Source, it has 107 record, but I put filter condition here. But this filter condition will take 29 records. Okay, this query will take 29 records. So it will read 107 records. So you may ask why, right? So what I explained, irrespective of any of this property, if you write any query here, Informatica will consider this query alone, right? This query alone. So select star from the table name. I put distinct. I do not have any duplicate record. Even though I have written filter condition here, since I have overwritten the query, Informatica will consider this query alone. Is it okay? So that's a learning here. See, Informatica 107 records. So please remember this. Okay, this is one learning here. It will not read 29 records or 11 records. Why? Because that is the meaning of override. I have overwritten the query here. Whatever Informatica is generating, that I have overwritten. So Informatica will take select from the table name. If you want, you can check the log also. Just I'm downloading the log. Whatever we have overwritten, so that alone it will take. Clear? So this is the same property of Informatica Power Center. I'm just downloading the log. So I'll open this language. I'll go here. It will take. This is one of the interview questions. So they will ask this type of questions in the interview. So don't get confused. Okay. Two learnings today. What we have learned. So one is whatever you are selecting. So that column order and whatever the field column order should be same. That is first learning. Second learning is if you override any query in the source qualifier, Informatica will consider the override query only. It will not consider any properties. See here, user specified SQL query. Because I'm the user, I have specified the query. So Informatica will not have any choice. It will take user specified SQL query only. Clear? Sometimes you will see optimizer generated query. It means I have applied some PDO, push down optimization. So that property has generated one query. So that is what it will have here. User specified SQL query, normally SQL query. Another one is optimizer generated SQL query. Optimizer means you have enabled PDO, push down optimization, in the source side. So then it will automatically generate. Okay. So this is the second learning. Okay. So now I will come to this one. So here I'm writing this condition. Okay. So here I'm writing this condition. Employee's salary greater than 8,000. Okay. So from and then where clause. I have to write where clause, otherwise it will fail. So where clause. So select this one and where clause 8,000 I have written, but I have written something like this. So if I put both filter condition, I'm getting 11 records. If I put only 8,000, I'm getting 33 records. Now you tell me how many records it will read, 33 or 11. Now everybody will say correct answer, right? Yes, I'm getting correct answer. We'll see. You check it whether your answer is correct or not. So now you got it right. So how Informatica will work. So you have to learn this way. So then only in real-time project, if you go and check, okay, this is what it is taking, that you can understand properly. Okay. So always you have to check that query from session log always. So because if somebody has written In Informatica Power Center, you are seeing something on the source qualifier mapping, some query. Session level, they have written some different query. Informatica will consider session level query only. Same property is applicable in IICS also. If somebody has overwritten the query, Informatica will consider this query alone. Okay. So now I hope you are clear. Okay. So we have three types of query here. So what is that? We'll see. So here also we have SQL, SQL, right? But here it is showing that pre-SQL. So here post-SQL. So here SQL override. Can I write SQL query in all the three? Yes, we can write SQL query in all the three. Okay, what type of query I can write? Can I write select query here? Select query here. First question. Can I write select query here? So you ping me yes or no. Can I write select query in pre-SQL, post-SQL? Just for your understanding, I'm asking this question. Okay. Can I write SQL query, select query here? No. No, we cannot write select query here. Why? So why? Because I'll tell you. So what is this pre-SQL, right? So Informatica, how it will execute? We have pre-SQL, post-SQL, SQL override, and SQL property. So now I think you are clear with SQL, this property here, right? Query options. Then we should understand the same way. So what is this pre-SQL, post-SQL, SQL override? Okay, three types of query we have. So one is pre-SQL, another one is SQL override, another one is post-SQL. Okay, so this is the order it will execute. If you are going to write any query here, it will execute in this order only. Okay, when it will execute, for example, you are writing all the three SQLs. By when it will execute? So this is the first one, pre-SQL. Pre-SQL means before start reading the data from the source DB. Okay, source should be a DB1 database. If source is a DB, if you are writing some SQL query here, pre-SQL, this SQL will be executed before this SQL override. Okay, before this SQL override. So this cannot be a select statement. Then what kind of statement it can have? We can do some DML operations. Okay, DML means insert, update, delete. Okay, or create statement, create index, create sequence, something like that. Okay, you can write. You can write any other statement also. Okay, but not select statement. So here only we should write the select statement. This will be executed second. So this should be a select statement because it is reading the data from source, but this is not reading the data from source. Before we are reading the data, we want to apply some changes in the source DB. We can apply. For example, source, we do not have index. We do not have any collect statistics. We haven't done. We have to do the collect stats first. Then we have to read. So what is collect stats? Example I'm saying, okay. So you do the collect stats. So something like collect stats means we'll do the gather stats or something, right? We will normally will say if the performance of the source is not up to the mark, we will say DBA team, okay, do the collect stats or gather stats on the this particular table. But no need to go to TB. You can mention in the Informatica itself, before start reading the data, if somebody has loaded the data here in source, okay, huge bulk data they have loaded, before reading, I have to do the collect stats. It means it will do something like in the disk, we will do the defragmentation, fragmentation, all this, right? Because performance will be easy. Similarly, if you do the collect stats, Oracle will do the statistics analysis of the data. It will keep an entry in the metadata. Then the read performance will be improved. Okay, this is one example. We can create something like before reading, I want to update the data here. Some flag I have to read, I update it. Okay, yes, I can update. I want to before reading, I have to put the status entry in one table. I can put insert, update, delete, DML operations. Yes, we can put. I want to delete something. Yes, we can put here. So this way, but where it will be executed? In the source DB, in the source table, this query will be executed. When? Before start reading the data from the source database. It will read the data. Before that, it will be executed. So then after that, when this query will be executed, any idea? You just ping me your answer. Then you can verify. When the PostgreSQL will write, will execute. For example, PostgreSQL also, and where it will be executed. When it will be executed and where it will be executed. So PostgreSQL also, it will be executed on the source DB only. So because it's a source query, right? Source side only we are writing. And where it will, when it will be executed? After target table loading. Okay. After target loading the data, this query will be executed in the source side. Got it? After the target loaded, this query will be executed. So after mapping is completed, no, mapping is completed, how it will run? After loading the data to target, it will be executed. Clear? Okay. So here also I can write insert, else, update, all this, but not select statement. We will write one statement here. For example, we are the source table. So here we have one source table, right? What I will do, this employee's salary, I will update like 50,000. Okay. Update this particular statement, like we have update. What is the table name? Employees. Set salary equal to 50,000. Okay, I'm writing this 50,000 here. Where employee ID equal to 100. Employee ID equal to 100. Okay, so here also one learning I will tell you. Okay, one learning I will tell you. I'm just updating this. One row updated. I'm going to make it this way. Now 50,000 I'm seeing. Okay, so I'm going to write where salary greater less than 50,000 I will put. Where salary less than 50,000 I will put. I will remove the distinct also. Okay, this is also one of the mistake you might be doing it. So that's the reason I want to tell you. Filter condition, definitely do not consider. Select column names from table name where salary less than 50,000. So how many records we have less than 50,000? We'll check it. Where salary less than 50,000. 105 records. So where salary greater than 50,000, greater than or equal to 50,000, two records we have. One record is this one record this one. Okay, so now I'm going to run this query. Totally we have 107 records. Okay, listen carefully. Totally we have 107 records. Out of that, two records is, one record is like 50,000, another one is 1,90,000. I have updated this query and I'm going to run it now. By seeing the data, I'm seeing 107. Sorry, 107 record was there, but here greater than or equal to 50,000, two records it will omit. It means 105 only. But I'm saying that it's 106 records. We'll see. Yeah, it's 106 records. Why? Why? Because See here, the learning is, this is Oracle DB, right? Oracle DB. This is the same issues you might be getting. That's the reason I'm explaining here. This is Oracle DB. In dev environment also you'll be getting it. So in Oracle DB, so whenever we are executing the DML statement, DML means insert, update, delete, merge. These 4 statements, okay? Whenever we execute DML statement, unless otherwise we are making the commit, okay, other process cannot understand this. Until then, it will not be committed, right? In the database, we know just we haven't committed the session. So that's the reason we are in the session itself. That's the reason we are getting here. But I forgot to mention the commit. Okay. If you have committed it, then definitely it will take 105 only. See here, I'm just committing it. Since I haven't committed this one, this changes did not apply. That's the reason it has previously like 1 record. Got it? So that is one learning here. Now I committed. If I'm going to restart same session with, I'm not changing anything here, Informatica, if I'm going to run, so now it will take 105 record only. So because I committed, so 2 records is greater than or equal to 50,000. That's the reason it will take 105. See here. I hope you are clear, right? So this is for the case of Oracle only. If you are using SQL Server, the source, or Teradata or something else, so Teradata, SQL Server and all, it's auto commit enabled. So whenever if you are updating anything, it will automatically commit the database itself. So this is about the Oracle DB only. Okay, this is one thing. But I have updated the statement. This one. I want to revert it back. I'll mark it like 24,000, right? So I'll put 24,000 here. I will commit it. I will take this statement. Okay, update statement. So now I'll go here. So pre-SQL I'm using that 50,000. Okay, whatever we used previously. In the post-SQL, I'm using 24,000. You got it? Pre-SQL, I'm using 50,000. Now, what is the salary of that particular employee? We'll see now. Now, salary is 24,000. Okay, so I will commit it. If I would have applied any statement after committing, I'm just seeing that the value is 24,000 here, right? Okay, so now see the statement. Pre-SQL is, it will be executed first. So what Informatica will do? Informatica will update the statement. Update HR.employee set salary equal to 50,000. Where this employee ID. Okay, it will put 50,000, but I did not put any commit. Okay, it will put 50,000. The same session it will use. Then it will read from here. So I put only 50,000, less than 50,000. After that, Informatica, after loading the data to target table, it will make 24,000. Okay. Here I will put equal to, less than or equal to 50,000. So if I'm going to run this statement, okay, I'll put this way, less than 50,000. Okay, 50,000 itself. If I'm going to run this statement now, this one, whether Informatica will read that Stephen, that first record, Stephen, this record, or it will not write any this record to target table. Just you make it, okay, and then we will see the result. Okay, it will read the data. Okay, you are saying that it will read 50,000. So I got two different answers. So pre-SQL, post-SQL, SQL override. So what is the order it will be executed? The question is whether it will read that Steven record or not, right? So that's the question. As of now, we have the Steven record here. Sorry, it is not there, but we will check whether it will read or not. Okay. But since there is no commit, I don't think it will read. Okay, we will see that. Okay, that's a difference. Okay, I think it has completed now. Okay, 105 records, right? 105 records. Now I will check it. Target table, whether we have the data or not. No. Why? So how the Informatica executed? We will see. Download the log. It will not read that record, right? So why, I will tell you. So that is what we have to learn completely. If you see here, I'm going down. First, we have written pre-SQL, right? Pre-SQL. I'll go to the pre-SQL one. First, it will update in the source side. It will update the record with 50,000. Now, if I'm going to check what is the data in source, it will be 24,000 only. Right? You may think that, okay, so we updated 50,000. Why it is not there? Because we applied post-SQL also. Okay, first it will apply 50,000, then it will be 50,000, but we put the condition as less than 50,000. That record will be omitted. That's the reason it is reading 105 record. After that, Informatica will update that record with 24,000 itself. That's the reason it did not read that record. Okay, we'll see that order, how the Informatica has executed. See here, I'll go this one. We'll see that pre-SQL first will be executed. We have written the pre-SQL also. I'll go one by one down. Where is the pre-SQL here? Before that, yeah, here we have the pre-session task. Truncate, this is pre-session task. After that, we'll have the pre-SQL also. Completed pre-SQL for, okay, executing pre-session SQL for source. Update this one. Okay, it will commit also. So it will commit here itself. Executed when? Before reading the data. Okay, see here, before reading the data, insert all this we have. This is what it is reading. Before reading, executed. Okay, after that, what will happen? It will start loading the data to target table, reading run completed, end loading the target table. Okay, target table loaded 105 records. See here, 105 records only. After that load completed, after the load summary, if you go down, you can see that the post-SQL. Okay, starting the post-SQL for source, where it will be executed source side, but after loading the data. After this writer thread, it is running update this one and this one. Commit, that will automatically commit. Okay, completed post-SQL. Okay, so I hope you are clear. This is what Informatica will run. So I executed the update statement explicitly in the database. That's what commit did not apply. But Informatica, while executing, it will apply the commit for the pre-SQL and as well as post-SQL. But we cannot write any select statement here. Okay, we cannot write any select statement. Yes, auto commit is done for pre-SQL and post-SQL. Okay, so these are the learnings here. Can I write SQL statement here? Is it possible to write SQL statement to some tables or something? No, I cannot write any SQL statement for this. Just I will write one statement here for your understanding. Select department ID. I will run it here. I'll show you. So if I'm going to put this one, some select statement, I will save. we cannot write any select statement because pre-SQL, post-SQL will be executed in the database. SQL override, it will read the data from the source side. So I hope you are clear now what is the difference between pre-SQL, post-SQL, all this. Okay, it will not execute that statement. It will see here 106 records we are getting based on the SQL override only. So we should have received some warning, even though so it is not failing because select statement, it will not impact anything. Pre-SQL. Okay, it executed, but it not give any data. So because it's a very simple, right? Select statement executed, that's it. Pre-SQL, post-SQL, it is executed, but it not select any data. It will not select anything, right? Just it will execute the statement. It will go and execute. That's it. It is not failing. So, but there is no usage. Okay. PostSQL also, it will write here. So here PostSQL. Yeah. PostSQL select statement completed, but there is no usage. Okay. I hope you are clear. So what is the order it will be executed? When it will be executed? Pre-SQL, SQL override, PostSQL, the other properties. So today we have learned, so what is transformation? What is the two types of transformations? And what is source qualifier? So what are the different properties for source qualifier? We have seen only for single object.